God's story, preparing for Jesus. So part of God's story is about how he prepared us for Jesus, and it begins like this. Remember when God created a perfect garden? He then created a perfect family, Adam and Eve, to live in the garden with him forever. He trusted them with life as long as they obeyed one rule. Unfortunately, Adam and Eve didn't trust God, and they disobeyed. Now Adam, Eve, everyone would have to die, separating us from God forever. This made God very sad. But he had a plan. He knew that he could still save his people through a great rescue. Jesus. Jesus was a big deal. And just like any big deal, people had to get ready for him. It's like before a big movie comes out, you watch the previews so you know what's coming. Well, Jesus was such a big deal that his previews started thousands of years before he came. The first preview is about a man named Abraham. God promised to make Abraham the father of God's special family. God gave Abraham one special son to start the family, Isaac. Now Abraham knew that one day he would have to die because of what happened in the garden. Every time Abraham did something wrong, God could have said, "Okay, because you've done this bad thing, you now have to die." But he didn't. Instead, God said, "How about killing a lamb instead? It can die so you don't have to." "Thank you," said Abraham. But one day, God asked Abraham to do something different. God said, "Okay, because you've done this bad thing, your son Isaac has to die." This made Abraham very sad. But he decided to trust him anyway, even though this meant that he would never have the giant family God had promised. When Isaac asked where the sacrifice was, Abraham said, "God will provide it." And guess what? He did! A ram died so Isaac didn't have to. The second preview happened hundreds of years later.